Last time on Metanoia Blues. Our adventure began in the fishing village of Salvage, a few miles northwest of the de facto capital of the Lazar Principalities. We met our three protagonists, Luca, the Karnathi human paladin, Willow, the shifter artificer, and the mysterious warlock who calls himself N. Luca went to Willow to see about getting his prosthetic arm repaired, and Willow suggested that they see if their contact, Bruno Saltbeard, had either supplies or work to fund a complete replacement for Luca. Bruno told the two about a job to investigate and clear out the lighthouse that had stopped working after a heavy storm a couple weeks ago. There was a rumor that the place was haunted after Captain and part of his crew had disappeared near the area 6 years hence. Arriving at the lighthouse, Luca and Willow discovered N, who had been trapped by a cursed ship in a bottle. They managed to break the bottle, releasing N from the spell, but also releasing 3 dust elementals that attacked our adventurers. After dealing with the threat, they explored the lighthouse, discovering scraps of journal from the former lighthouse keeper. At the top of the lighthouse, they discovered the lamp broken by the storm and a glittering conch shell. When Willow started to disassemble the inner workings of the lamp, a violent apparition appeared and quickly overwhelmed the adventurers, culminating in a terrifying moment where it broke the elevator and cast them crashing down through the floor of the tower, which is where we resume. You come to, groggy and sore.
Oh.
Yes.
You come to groggy and sore.
Is everyone alive?
Yes.
Good.
Is N still on top of me?
N is on their back beside you at this point. They got off. Because they
Right.
recognized that Luca was distinctly not rock.
Yeah.
Oh, bless, I've landed somewhere soft. Oh god, I've landed somewhere soft. So N is on the floor.
Yes. And N is going to reach out and try to find something that they can use to help them stand up.
It is very dark down here.
Oh.
I
Would
will say
N
so.
accept... Would N accept a hand helping them up, or would...
Without vision. Those of you without dark vision can't see shit.
Oh no.
Yes.
Yes.
One of us can.
I wonder who that is.
I don't know. Take my hand, find out.
N might, and is just kind of groping around.
N, if you were offered a hand in this dark... Basically, Willow is helping you up.
And probably grabs it and starts to pull themselves up before they fully realize what they're doing. So it would be like, yes, they'd accept it, but they'd, upon reaching their feet, they'd realize what it is, and kind of like their hand would jump off of yours.
Well, you can't really see me anyway.
It doesn't matter if it was. I mean, N has felt Luca. N has felt Luca at this point. It's general like size of Luca's existence, and can determine that Willow is not Luca. So I think N would have the same response regardless of who it was. However, I do think N can discern Luca from Willow.
Even in the dark.
Yes.
It's not that hard. They're pretty different.
Their body types are significant.
But I can see. So I'm looking around. Let's carry on, Luca, sorry.
You see that Luca is still on the ground, and he's like slowly curling onto his side because he landed flat on his shield, so his back's a little bit sore.
Ouch.
Oh no, okay. I go and kneel beside Luca and ask, are you injured?
No, I'm not injured. Just give me a moment, please.
In my absence, I'm going to look at... And do you have a torch?
Somewhere in here I have something.
It'll be quicker if I just do something. So, I am going to...
Can you see?
Oh, yes. Sorry, did I not mention?
No.
Oh.
Well,
Yes.
can you see it? And like flips open their pack and shows you the inside where you might find a hooded lantern.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll dig around. Because yes, I can see. And I mean, if I happen to see other things in your bag, that's just because I'm trying to help. What do I see in the bag?
It's
Good question. Good question.
Pretty-
Let me look
What's
in
in the
the
bag?
inventory.
pretty generic stuff. But Zeke,
Yeah.
if you'd like to,
You know,
do you want me to list out what? Because I
Sure.
imagine there's like
I
some
mean,
different
it
pouches.
looks like, or actually, Willow, make a perception check
True.
Okay.
to
I'm not
discern the
being nosy.
clutter.
I
Yeah.
can't help that I have peripherals. Wait, perception check. Boom.
Yes.
So that is an 8.
12.
Okay. Yeah.
12.
Cool.
Right, I rolled an 8. Gotcha.
Yes. So, you see that it looks like pretty standard adventuring equipment, which is interesting. There's like candles, hooded lantern, string, a crowbar, some books, some arrows, so on.
Wow. It's a very jam-packed bag. But anyway, I find the lantern. Well, I found the lantern first, but
Yeah.
oh, here I found it, and I'll bring it out to
Yeah.
light.
And there is a flask of oil as well, a couple flasks of oil to go with it
Okay.
as well.
Better yours than mine, I say. So I'm using yours.
Thanks. And is gonna take that back when you've lit it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's okay. I give it to you. I don't need it.
So, the hooded lantern now casts light around the area, which is good.
How much light does it cost? Like how many
Let me
feet?
double check. It should costs bright light for 30 feet and dim light for an additional 30 feet. So,
Alright, so we can see pretty well around this little cave.
yeah, so.
En's gonna
Do
start.
my dot.
En's gonna start searching around for an exit.
Yeah. So, let me describe where you are. The walls of this room are a patchwork of ancient brick and unworked stone. Rubble and boulders litter the sandy floor. Luckily, you seem to have landed on the softest part. The elevator platform is destroyed, however. Impact that threw you to the floor shattered the floorboards, and the brass frame is crumpled and snapped like a set of twigs. Dim light filters down from the hole in the ceiling where you came crashing through, almost 30 feet above. It looks like it would be extremely difficult to leave the way you came in. However, it appears whatever this room is, perhaps the foundation of the lighthouse itself or an older ruin that they simply built on top of, it's not a dead end. A door made out of rusty iron bars is embedded in the eastern wall, and it looks like a tunnel extends beyond it. If people would also like to generally search the area of the cave, you can do that as well. It looked like there's rubble and bits, stuff that might have fallen through the gaps.
Can I do an... Oop. Luca has done something.
Lupa's
Okay,
perceiving.
yeah. Luca
Oh.
perceives another journal entry.
Oh.
While Luca's laying there
Hell
on
yeah,
the floor,
Luca.
he just rolls over and sees.
Rather, a set of journal entries. It looks like
Oh.
a chunk of, like, a small collection of pages was ripped out together. So,
Oh.
I will show.
Oh, a few. Okay. Would you like to hear?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Fine.
come back to you.
19 Aerith 990. It's been a month since I last saw Varus. Where could he have gone? Surely the war hasn't reached this far east. The sea dragons have been privateers for hire before, but Varus said he was only in charge of a merchant vessel. What if something terrible has happened to him? I can't bear to think of it. Travago 991. Quite a jump. 6 months since Varus left, I play the music box so often that I think the enchantment is unraveling, or maybe it's just my mind. I am so lonely now, when before I could go for days without speaking to another soul. Lavian 991. 8 months. I can no longer stand the sound of his music box. It no longer brings me any comfort, only tears. I am putting it away, in the sea chest under my bed. Maybe someday I'll be able to hear his voice again. But not that song. I am tired of it. Oh.
Yeah. Par for the course from what we know so far.
Willow is going to dawdle away again and just investigate around here somewhere.
Luca.
Willow's quietly thinking.
Luca, you think that thing up there was our friend here?
I can't say.
You were talking to it. As if it were. So the only thing I really remember.
I thought maybe, but can't be certain.
Right. That's just great. And we have another problem. And looks
One at a
pointedly
time.
at Willow.
Willow is over here.
Yeah, I know Willow can't see, but En's still doing it.
What problem would that be?
Did you not notice? The shell, Luca. Willow grabbed
What
the
about
shell.
it?
Willow has the shell. You read the journal.
Hello?
I already checked it. I checked it. It doesn't seem
Have
to
you?
be a problem thus far.
I'm sure it didn't seem like a problem to our friend here either, but then...
Actually, according to the journal, it did speak to him, so...
Eventually, we don't know when he got it.
I don't plan to hold it that long.
Why don't you just throw it away right now? There's a nice little nook
Because
over
we don't
there.
know what it...
We know what it does.
When I'm presently looking... Alright. That is not the alright of them throwing it. That's the alright of the conversation's over. Have I perceived anything around here? Or anywhere?
What are you looking for? Is my question. You were
Anything
investigating.
Just anything of interest, really.
Well, you do see that, like, again, because this is like a weird half cave, half built. There's like, some like straight walls in here, while the rest looks to be sort of natural erosion. And it's weird that there is, an iron barred door set in the wall.
Yes.
Can you open
that
it?
is weird. I'm knocking on it.
Well, investigating the door, it looks like well, the lock is on the outside, and it's
That's ominous.
relatively rusted. But the bars are like wide enough that somebody could reach through and try to pick the lock.
All right. Move out of the way.
Please.
So,
You're right, Luca?
Nope.
I'm just thinking.
I don't know if I have any
and-
lockpicks.
Yeah, give me a thieves' tools check.
All right.
Hey, nice. You reach through the bars and like, this is such an old lock. It barely needs anything. Yeah, with a like practiced motion, you pick the lock and well, the door doesn't swing open. It's pretty rusted.
I give it a shove.
Make a strength or athletics check, your choice.
Either way, it's not gonna be great.
Nope.
You want me to do it?
Oh!
Okay. I'm feeling particularly aggravated right now.
Yeah.
I'm standing behind you. I wonder why.
Fueled by irritation and general just like
Adrenaline.
hating this whole situation. Ed's had a long day. Ed's had a really long day. They were before you two
Chuckle fucks
showed up.
And save the day. Might I add?
Well, it evened itself out.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, and like you slam your shoulder into it, and the rusted door swings open.
It just slams against the stone wall, and a bar falls off.
Yeah.
Elegant.
You're welcome.
Are able to.
En's not gonna go first, though.
Sorry, Lucas. There.
kind of walks past N, and he's a little bit stiff. You can tell, but
And we'll go between them because N has the lantern. So
yes, that is a good idea. And Willow can see in the dark, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's go through.
So, you move through the tunnels.
I bid adieu to that shitty elevator.
certainly
Rest
not
in
done
pieces,
us any,
elevator.
Yeah, thanks for nothing.
not done us any favors.
And what does the hole look like?
So, the tunnels are rough stone. Having left the, room that you crashed into, it, very quickly becomes all organic, naturally eroded by the sea. This is mostly stone with, some moss and some just, it's very damp down here. The tunnels are either 4 to 6 feet wide and about 5 to 6 feet tall. The floors are stone as well, but they are covered in a thin layer of gravel and sand, the sea has washed in here repeatedly. There are bits of boulders and uneven pock marks in the wall where it looks like certain areas eroded a little more quickly than others. Anyway.
This area is somewhere where the tide comes in.
Well, that's just great. Let's hope we get out of here before it comes back.
So, but very quickly, as you are sort of meandering your way through the tunnels, you come to a fort.
Oh.
May I use hold on. So for somewhere where the tide comes in, we don't necessarily want to just kind of pop out. Oh, I guess we do. I guess it depends what we're planning to do. Willow is talking to themselves again. Musing to themselves aloud.
I don't know about you two, but I think it'd be a good idea to get out of here.
How far does the erosion come up on the walls?
Pretty fully. It's not worn smooth, I would say. It's not waves are pounding through here, but it's definitely seems like these tunnels weren't carved out by anything that digs.
Yeah.
Okay.
May I?
The other thing is that all of the tunnels are sloping sort of gently downwards.
Okay.
Right.
So we can come back should the water come in.
We'll be washed back, likely. Oh no, not necessarily. But I was going to say, may I use a shifting thing? Okay, because I have the capacity to transform and gain an advantage on wisdom checks, and I would like to use wisdom perhaps to figure out where we're going, as well as my shifter senses.
Yeah, this would be perception or survival check. So what does it look like when you shift and embrace what is known to shifters as the beast within?
I would say it's a pretty subtle shift because Willow is still wearing their glasses, and also they are kind of far away from everyone. So also their hands are in their pockets. It's just they're very generally subdued as well as facing a wall. But if you did look closely, you'd see that there was a slight shift to the way that their face was structured. It's. Sorry, I'm holding my own face to try and denote what's happening. It's subtle, but it's more just all the features of their face that are already, the nose and the ears, for example, just get a little bit more prominent overall. And it's subtle, mostly because most of their features are concealed in a giant coat. So nothing too over the top yet, but they are standing very quietly and just breathing very deeply, as if they are looking somewhere where no one can see.
Anne is watching, but they don't say anything. They're just observing, as if they notice something.
So Hopefully that bloody fall
wanna
didn't affect
post-
my nose. I would like to.
Do you want to
Wait,
just quickly post your shifting feature into the chat?
Yes, I would. Where is it?
The speech bubble.
Where is it? Pew. Cool. Advantage on wisdom checks is the part I'm thinking of. Okay. What button am I pressing? Sorry.
Okay, so toggle advantage on, and then make a perception check, followed by a survival check. I think.
Both?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Ooh.
Double fantastic.
Okay, so in general, it's hard to distinguish anything unusual. There's not a lot of movement of the air down here, so it's just smells of seawater. There's no
Great.
clear breeze or anything. That being said, you feel like at the very least, if you explore these tunnels, you will come to a way out, because the water has to get in somehow. And judging by the size of these tunnels, the fact that they're big enough to, for you guys to walk through comfortably, that likely means that it's not just a crack in the wall that you can't get through.
Do I get any kind of vague vibe about which way to go? Willow is pacing.
Yeah. You sort of flick your ears back and forth. You would say east.
East. Willow's east or our east?
East on the map,
so that one.
which is why I'm not saying right or left.
That makes sense. So, I'm gonna just start dawdling down this hallway.
Willow, where are you going?
Wait.
Huh?
What are you doing?
If that took me a minute, then I think I've shifted back, right?
Yeah.
Cool. It probably did. I think I was standing there for at least a minute. Oh, we should go this way.
Why?
How do you know that?
I just have an intuition.
Have you been here before?
No. I'm a seafarer. I understand these things.
We're in a cave,
No,
not in the sea.
It's connected to the sea.
Did we not investigate both directions?
Shit.
You've said the magic word, Luca.
What if there's something down this hole?
I mean, I think we should be
There's
getting out
always
here.
some. How about we come back later if we find nothing down this way?
Okay.
But you seem to think that this way is the exit.
N is
I
going.
seem to think that this way will hold secrets.
N is going to take out one of their graphite sticks and mark the wall with an arrow pointing this way.
Okay. You have marked the wall.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright then. We'll follow you. Actually, why don't I go in front of you? And you tell me which way to go.
Okay. Oh, well. Willow might walk down here first and be like, dead end.
Is there anything down here?
Nope. It looks like it's just a pocket. There's maybe a couple shadow puddles.
Okay.
Being honest, Willow doesn't feel overly comfortable down here. The roof is very low down.
Yeah, Luca, you have to stoop now and then to get through.
Yeah,
Okay.
Luca big.
Yeah.
Sometimes
And this
you
is
have
so
to,
comfortable for you, surely.
shuffle through sideways a little bit
Oh.
during narrow sections.
I'm
Oh.
getting anxiety that we haven't explored the whole place.
Gamer anxiety. Whoops.
Yeah.
We can go back.
What if I just
If
go back
needed.
and you two continue?
No, we
No,
are
you
not
can't
splitting up.
Okay.
see.
God damn it.
Sarah, you can't see. Anyway.
Yeah. That too.
Oh, by the way, if you have any thoughts, I am just walking.
Which way now?
Can Willow just go ahead and look?
Yeah, sure. If you want to just peek down this area.
Yeah, because
So
I can see at least 60 feet.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh dear. Wait.
what? What's wrong?
So-
Luca, wait!
Come back!
Luca, wait!
At this point, I kind of wish that, I was using a system where I could tell you to stop moving. Or stop your movement when you encounter a creature. Anyway, so you walk down the fork again to the east and come into a chamber that is filled with partially filled with seawater that leads deeper. You see a creature, a strange humanoid figure that has gills and
Oh dear.
fishy scales, and just generally looks misshapen, carelessly made. Its features feel slapped together. The humanoid face and body shape at odds with the webbed fingers and spines and frilled gills and so on.
May I?
Anyway,
May
it sees you and sparkles and quickly retreats into the.
Oh.
Oh, no, wait, please.
I'm grabbing Luca's arm and pulling him back. Where are you moving?
Maybe we should just leave it alone. If it doesn't want to attack us, so much the better.
It might know how to get us out of here.
I think we'll be fine on our own. It might also kill us. So let's just, if it wants to leave.
It submerges under the water.
Oh, but
Luca, how about we explore the rest of this corridor and then we can come back and say hello if there is nothing else to do. I'm holding
that's for the best.
Luca's arm at this stage.
You're really eager. Just talk to anything we find in this place, aren't you?
well, it didn't attack us.
That's a horrible metric. Can you? I'm standing in the way of. I'm trying to urge Luca up this corridor.
Fine.
Okay.
We'll deal
Can I
with it
stand over
later.
here and look? Yes. Can I
Yeah.
look ahead again?
Yeah.
Okay. How
Just
do I?
watching the water.
Since
with
we
his-
Luca.
No sight.
Okay.
I have.
Luca, you glance back at the water. Make a perception check at disadvantage.
Nice.
Do I still get my Sentinel's intuition with that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Perception.
Oh.
Damn it.
Well,
What'd you get?
it's not like this thing was being particularly stealthy. So you just see, like, out of the corner of your eye, a brief ripple as the thing surfaces to, like, peek its eyes out at you, and then sees you again and, like, submerges back down into the water.
Oh, I was gonna wave.
It might be
Alright.
able to see you still.
Well, I try to give it a friendly wave and maybe a smile. I don't know if it can see me, but I will smile regardless.
Okay.
Luca, what are you doing?
Okay.
Nothing.
Right.
Willow, are we going?
I'm just looking. Can I look again?
Yeah.
Apparently, I can see up to 60 feet.
Yeah.
Dim light.
Yeah.
But
So,
just trying-
you see this, this tunnel seems to be winding, ever so slightly upwards.
Can I investigate my surroundings? Sorry, that was just my dark vision for the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, you
Can
can,
I-
you can see, like, the only thing is you can't see around corners.
Yeah.
Not X-ray
Like,
vision.
Are my surroundings more or less the same?
They are pretty similar. Like, it's been pretty similar throughout. The one thing you notice that is different about this is that the tunnel here seems to be sloping upwards again. Ever so slightly.
What do you see?
We have an incline.
So it might be a way out.
Might be a way out. Maybe a boulder
be
will come
dead end.
crashing towards us.
Don't say that.
You know, like in the books. Yeah.
Well, if it does, you're the one in front of us.
Would you like me to walk ahead?
No, I'm fine, Luca.
Yeah, Luca's our boulder. Luca's the boulder coming down the cavern at the monsters.
So true.
Zeke, did you want to move us? Just so you can control when we move?
No, you can keep moving. I'll let you know if I have to stop you.
Okay. I would
now-
I'd love to make a new friend.
I'm now also getting that Luca's words about not exploring that other corridor are playing on Willow's mind, especially as this gets longer and more uphill. Kind of wish we explored it.
So, I mean, you're still down here.
That's true. It's alright. Before we leave, we'll go. And I mean,
Well-
we still have a fish friend to talk to, apparently. If Luca has a say in it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to come with me. I won't jeopardize other people.
Okay, you
That was
can't
in Willow's
see.
head.
Anyway, as you approach, you come to the end of the tunnel, and you find what looks like the reverse side of a wall.
Oh.
It looks like the sort of boards and like a little bit of brick here has been set up to dig out what might be a cellar or something. You know how like a root cellar or something, but if you sort of see that there is a change in the geography as the tunnel abruptly cuts off, and there's sort of a small wall
Well,
here.
we've reached an end. Somewhat.
And takes a closer look. How brittle does it look? Does it look like something that they
Yeah,
might be?
give me
break?
perception or investigation, your choice.
I'm going
Also,
to walk that way.
Sorry. Oh yeah,
11.
disadvantage because we're in the dark.
No,
I've got
because
a lamp.
Dan has the light.
Okay, cool.
Luca, yours was a disadvantage because you were basically standing directly between the light source and the thing you were looking at.
Yeah, that's fair.
And you are very big.
Oh, what are you perceiving? Just anything? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll perceive too. Why not?
Yeah. So it looks like this. If you put your ears to the wall and we'll turn your advantage off, but I'll let you ride with that for now.
Sorry.
I really want to perceive.
Oh, damn it! One. Okay, there is my proper one. Yep, there we go. That's my
it's fine.
punishment.
It's fine. Anyway, if you put your ears to the wall and like knock, you can hear there is a hollow space behind it, and it doesn't seem like this is particularly thick. You could probably like dig or snatch your way through it, or try and like. Well, and you have a crowbar. You could try and pry a board open, or give it to somebody else who's a little bit stronger.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. All right, so I'll take out my crowbar and offer it to Luca, and I'll hold the lamp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I will attempt to pry apart some of the wood panels and brick.
Yeah, give me an athletics check with advantage because of the crowbar.
Hell yeah.
Leverage, baby. Okay, it is just enough. So,
Arm's still a bit stiff.
Yeah, so, like, working methodically and carefully, you pry apart the boards of the wall one by one until there is a gap large enough for you to fit comfortably through and enter into this little cellar.
Oops.
Oh, interesting.
So,
See.
it looks like there is this place is like dark and musty, but pretty dry compared to the rest of the area. And it looks like there are some small supplies for maintaining a rowboat, so tar, paint, that sort of thing, wood polish, wood glue. But most of them are a little bit too old to be useful. And there is a trapdoor leading upstairs.
Oh,
This looks like a way out.
Yeah.
it is.
It's gotta be.
Now that we found a way out, we could backtrack.
Just had to mention that, didn't you?
There are many avenues unexplored.
Well,
Upstairs
know
is
when
also unexplored.
That's also true, and we are here. Look, let's look upstairs. Rather, can I poke my head upstairs?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I would like to poke my head upstairs, see if there's a ghost.
So
I should do it.
Luca.
what if it's
I'm
dark?
standing in the way.
yeah.
No, move.
No, Luca. Look.
I will pick you up.
Oh my god, no.
That's Sarah talking, not Luca.
Please allow me to do it.
I am fine. It's fine. I'm better suited to this. No
Okay.
offense.
Willow, you poke your head up through the door. Make a perception check. Just straight.
Straight. Okay. Straight perception. Normal. Yes. Perception. Boom. Fantastic. I'm better at this. I say. Why am I bad like this?
So the first thing is that you hear storm noises. It is like a crash of thunder basically makes you flinch really hard.
Oh, your ears.
My ears again.
And you just like, It is just as dark up here as it was down there, but it looks like it's just a boathouse. There's something covered with a tarp to the north, but looks
We
fine.
might as well look.
What do you see?
I see a boathouse. It's also storming. We might as well have a look.
Up here?
All
right.
And you can stay downstairs if you'd like. Actually, I don't know your name, do I?
No,
No,
not
you don't.
canonically. Only Lucas
No,
is.
So I
actually,
can just-
N did introduce themselves.
Did I? I totally missed
Yeah.
that.
Out loud?
I mean, I introduced myself
Yeah.
to Luca. I don't remember saying it to Willow.
Well, Luca has certainly called your name during this.
Has Willow been paying attention?
Of course.
I thought Luca was just saying sounds. Well, I'll say that you can stay down here if you like, since you sound so.
When did I say I
Mad
wanted
at
to
me all the
stay down here? You're the one who wants to stay down here.
I think I'm the
fine, I'm
one who
just
wants
being
to
an
stay
ass.
down here.
Both of you
I
can
am
stay
just
down here
stunned by
then.
lightning.
En's gonna go upstairs.
We're all upstairs! But can we go upstairs? Oh, Dungeon Master?
Yes, you can go upstairs.
Goodness.
You
Okay.
gonna zoop us?
Yeah, I
That's
will zoop you
Prepare for the
Yeah.
zooping.
to a new map.
Whoa!
So,
Oh,
you
it's
guys, are here.
big. Okay.
And this little hut right here.
You are
Okay.
inside this little hut.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
There's a pier outside.
Mm-hmm. The wooden walls of this boathouse groan under the sound of howling wind and pounding rain from outside. An old rowboat covered in a heavy tarpaulin rests to the north, and a wooden trapdoor sits in the southwestern corner, leading down into the simple cellar that you came from. As you look around you, with N bringing up the hooded lantern, you see, scratched into the side of the wall in crude, blocky letters, is a message. It reads, "I gave it back. Please let me go."
You know what? Before we leave those caves, you want to throw that shell down there, Willow? You want to just toss it. Get rid of it.
Can I investigate this place a little more?
Yeah,
Can I
sure.
investigate the...
Investigation check, please.
Okay. Advantages off. I've got 15.
Okay. So you search the area. You examine first the scratching on the wall. It looks like it was carved out with a claw or something, some kind of tool. Not metal or anything. It's like a little too crude, and like there's too much tear out for that to be like a knife or anything. You also uncover, Willow, a little bit of stuff that was kept in the rowboat under the tarp.
Oh.
I will show that to you. You find a tattered, leather-bound journal.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Oh, dear.
Oh.
Willow looks distinctly... I wouldn't say troubled, but they are stalling on what they found.
What did you find?
Is that the journal?
That's a long one. I'm rifling through it. It's Varys's.
Oh.
He's alive?
Well, he has a journal. I don't know if it's updated recently. I'm going to flick to the back and see what the most recent entry is.
Okay.
What the date is on it, which is... Oh, okay. Well, unfortunately, it's vague. The last noted date is 10 Threnodor 992. What's the current
Still
year,
a while
Zeke?
Uh,
998.
So 6 years ago.
Interesting, because we did hear a rumor
When
about
the
this.
captain.
Yeah. Okay, shall I read it?
Yes. I think you have to.
It's a long one. Sit tight.
And leans against the wall.
3 Threnodor 992. Therendor. Wow. Oh, this
Get your
stuff
mind out of
I
Lord of
still
the
can't
Rings.
read. Okay. Not much further to Greentown now. I must admit I will be glad to make my return. Though I don't regret my actions, it pained me to leave Duncan behind for so many months without a word of my whereabouts or safety. I pray he won't be too angry with me. No other man has captivated my heart quite like him, and I have missed him dearly while away. With any luck, we may rekindle our love in full tonight. Willier's going to give a face and continue. 5 Therendor 992. Something dreadful has happened in my absence. Upon my arrival, I made my way up to the cottage. It looked the same as it always did, perhaps a little more sea-weathered than when I had last laid eyes upon it. But the door was unlocked. I entered, calling for Duncan, but all that greeted me was silence and dust. Nothing was out of place. There were no signs of a struggle, not even a note left to be found. I'd wager the house had not been used in months. I expanded my search to the lighthouse. Each room I passed through appeared the same, empty and undisturbed. Every call of Duncan's name was met only with silence. I reached the tower's peak, certain I would ascend the last steps and find my love waiting for me. Alas, no sign of him. I would have turned and left then, planning to search the rest of the island for him, were my eye not caught by a large conch shell. My pockets are feeling heavy all of a sudden. Sitting on the control panel. It was a magnificent thing. I found myself drawn towards it as if calling to me. I imagined tracing its bands of gold with my fingertips. The moment I hefted the weight of it into my hands, however, a shrieking gale tore through the room behind me. I turned at once at the sound and stumbled back in horror. An apparition of some kind. A human-sized shroud of icy blue fog with glowing pinpricks for eyes loomed over me. It made such an unearthly noise. I was gripped with a sudden, overwhelming dread and could not move. The spectre lunged for me, missing by a hair's breadth, but it was enough to urge me. But was enough to urge my feet into moving again. I ran, I am ashamed to say, with the shell clutched in my hands. I dared not look back. Fearing the creature would follow on my heels, I made my way to the boathouse. I needed off this island, but even as I scrambled to ready the rowboat, I found no escape as a storm so fierce whipped itself up into full force in a matter of minutes. It lashed around the island like nothing I've ever seen. Rowing back to the Silver Dancer in this weather was out of the question. I must wait for this storm to pass. I have taken shelter in the boathouse in the meantime. There's no force I can imagine that could make me return to where that spectre dwells. I am certain now that is the reason for Duncan's absence. He must have made his escape to the mainland in order to save his own life. As soon as this blasted storm lets up, I can go find him. I may take this time to examine the conch in more detail. I'm not certain it is only what it appears to be. Secrets to uncover, perhaps. Willow kind of wants to look at a note that they took earlier. Can I give this to someone else to continue reading?
Sure.
Yeah.
Who wants to continue reading?
Who's nearest? I'm going to palm the book off to you.
I can.
I will
Keep
assume
reading.
that I am
I'm going to look at
nearest.
something.
I'll assume I'm closest because
You have the longest arms.
Lucas.
also
Lucas always
N
nearby.
N doesn't like Willow.
And doesn't like Willow since when? Anyway, carry on.
I mean, it just seems like it.
What?
8th of Therendor, 992, I think. The storm has raged unabated for 3 whole days. I've been forced to forage from the cottage for fresh water, but I didn't dare stay long. The crabs and other sea creatures that washed up on shore have been decent enough food, but it is miserable. A man not hardened by decades at sea would be doing much worse, though. So at least I am grateful for my own resourcefulness. I've tried to examine the conch shell more, but there's an evil feeling about it. It is clearly magical, any idiot can see that, but it's nothing like the everyday stuff. It's not even like the elaborate stuff you see at the auction houses, or handmade by mage rights to defend in the war. It feels older, somehow. I nodded off once while examining it, and it gave me the strangest dreams. I thought I could hear a voice, like my own but not, whispering to me from inside the shell. I couldn't make out the words right, and even now I struggle to remember them. Probably best to avoid sleeping with the thing close. And glance up at Willow since we had a moment of possible unconsciousness.
Anne is looking
10.
angrier now.
Let it be. I will walk slowly. I will walk a little bit away. I'm going to start observing the conch shell in closer detail while you're talking.
Yeah. You have the spell detect magic, I believe, prepared. You can cast it as a ritual,
Oh,
which
I have
means
a spell.
that it doesn't take up a spell slot.
Detect magic. Oh,
Yes.
interesting. Can I do that mid-journal entry?
Yeah, no, like you can do that while you're. It takes 10 minutes to cast, so yeah, you can.
Oh, perfect,
Do that
okay.
While you're reading.
All right, sweet. So I can do that right now? Boom?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'll let Luca continue reading, and then I will answer.
Okay, 10 Therendor. Some of my crew from the Silver Dancer came to find me. I don't see how they could have. The storm hasn't let up one bit, and the tide has never sunk. But I'm glad to see them again, the loyal fools. I've been feeling sick lately, like a strange clamminess on my skin. It's probably from all this rotten weather. I should avoid going out in the rain and let myself recover, something I can actually do now that my crew is here. I showed them the magic shell, but none of them knew what to do with it either. I've made a point to stow it away when I sleep, but I still get those strange dreams filled with whispers. It worries me. 14 Therendor, probably. This is no natural storm, I know that now. It's like time has frozen for us on the island, except we still get hungry and tired. The weather never changes, then the lighthouse beacons turn away above our heads. I'm still feeling sick. I tried to stay indoors and out of the rain and wind, but the air becomes so dry, I felt like I was breathing sand. This morning I left the boathouse and bathed myself in seawater, breathing in the briny air. I felt better for it, but my skin is so clammy to the touch. My crew says my face is looking gaunt too. It must be from eating only fish these days. Mid Therendor. We're all getting sick, all of us, with the same thing. I was just the first, but now the others feel it too. Our skin is clammy and cold, like an eel's, and if we stay away from the water too long, our lungs begin to close. I'm trying not to give in to despair, but there's a break. Some of my crew got it in their minds to charge the lighthouse and confront the spirit, the fools. I hear their screams all the way from the boathouse. I think this must be a curse. Late Therendor, I think. It's getting hard to hold my pen. Those of us who remain, we've transformed into something horrible, part humanoid, part sea creature. My hands look more and more like fins every day, and all of us have sprouted gills on our neck. It's a curse, no doubt. Though whether from the spirit or some other transgression, I have my doubts. I've tried examining the conch again. Maybe its magic holds the answer to our freedom? I hold it to my ear and listen, and there is a voice inside, I'm sure. Perhaps if I listen carefully enough. I held the conch shell all night while I slept yesterday. The dreams were clearer now, but I struggle to put them into words. There are so many whispers. Secrets from the bottom of the sea, strange magic. A harsh voice in between them all, urging me to return the shell from where it came, unless I wanted to suffer. I woke up with a start. As captain, I feel responsible for my crew, even if we're no longer on the ship. Those that remain, I can't tell if they blame me or if they're hoping I'll save them. I don't know what month it is anymore, let alone what day. I returned to the shell, to where I found it, in an attempt to appease the violent spirit. It hasn't worked. I don't know what to do. I think the spirit killed Duncan, and that's why I can't find him. I hope he is only dead. I hope this curse did not afflict him too.
As Luca finishes reading, Willow, you finish casting the ritual for Detect Magic. The conch is obviously magical. It is complicated magic as well. This seems to be some sort of spell focus, largely conjuration school of magic, some evocation, but it seems to be a magic item that would require attunement to, like, unlock its powers. As it is, you only have examined it. You haven't spent that much time in contact with it, and you haven't, like, tried to attune to it, so it seems inert to you for now. Like, the magic isn't affecting you just yet. Beyond that, you would need, like, a little more detailed investigation, like the Identify spell, to actually tell what this thing does without attuning to it. So that's as best as you can make out.
Okay. And by attuning to it, do you mean the same attuning that Varys and Duncan seem to have done?
Yep.
Right, so don't want to attune. So to speak. Okay, well, I'm just going to quietly observe the shell for now.
Willow?
I'm still here. I'm not cursed. It won't curse me, not unless I hold it for longer or
I'm sure that's
try
what
to dream
Varys
with it.
and Duncan thought.
No,
as
I
well.
actually detected it. It's fine. You could probably detect it as well. I'm holding it out to N.
And reels back. Keep it to yourself.
No? Then you'll have to trust my opinion.
And if you want to, you can make an Arcana check, see what you know about magic items.
Yeah, I'll probably give it a shot at this point. Arcana.
But you're letting me hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, if Willow says that it requires attunement, you know that that's, like, not something you can do by accident, necessarily. Attuning to a magic item basically allows it to bond to you in a way that allows you to use its properties effectively. A lot of magic items, like mundane stuff, doesn't need attunement, but some things that require a little more oomph, such as particular magic items or magical suits of armor or weapons, will require attunement of the wielder in order to, like, tap into their magic. So it's not like you can just hold the shell and, like, you can immediately use it. You have to actually, like, do something to get that far.
Yeah.
Well, since you want to hold on to it so badly, according to that journal, maybe we can make all of this stop if we put it back where it belongs, and I don't think that's the lighthouse. Duncan stole it from someone, some hag or something. Maybe if we can return it to her, all of this will go away.
I'm gonna look at Luca. What's Luca thinking? What's Luca doing?
He's just flipping through the journal, thinking.
Oh, he reads. How nice.
Barely.
Just enough.
I think we should speak to the person downstairs as well.
Person.
Well, they used to be a person.
Who knows?
They might have information that will help us.
You know what? You might have a point. I don't think we're going to be able to just walk out of here and gestures to the outside. Pretty sure we're stuck.
If there's some magic storm.
Yes, it seems that way.
Who is the apparition in the lighthouse? Or what? Is it connected to that shell?
There's something going on.
Might be. Quick question, is there a bed in here?
No,
Okay.
there's a rowboat.
Well, that's a bed if you're Willow.
And if you open the door, you can look outside. It is like fully just
Blind
a
drought
raging
rain.
storm. Yeah, diagonal rain, the waves whipping around. But there is a path to the cottage, and you can see from here quite easily. Even though like the storm is like making things very dark, it's not nightfall or anything yet. There's still enough ambient light that you can see it very clearly leads to the back door of the cottage.
There's got to be a clue somewhere. We just have to figure out where we're gonna look.
So we can enter the cottage from here, is what you're saying? Willow says, putting up their hood, talking to God.
Talking to the sovereigns, like. Have I not been
Willow's
through
going
enough?
to put up. Willow is putting up their hood and standing near the door, I believe.
And looks at Luca.
You don't have to come. I'm going. We should probably check out the cottage, though.
We should stay together. I don't have a good feeling about us splitting
We'll
up.
stay together.
En's gonna put out the lantern
Okay.
and toss up their hood as well.
Oh, Luca, you don't have a hood, do you?
No.
He's got a cape.
And
You're smiling.
no, and has the cloak that Luca gave him. Them.
Yeah.
So they can be like protected from the rain. Alright.
Luca En might have given that back at this point.
Yeah, and has
En has a hood, so
brain
En-
weather.
And considering Luca's appearance right now, that is lacking of a hood, and will throw
Alright.
the cloak off of them and give it back.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We literally all have like water weather stuff, and Luca's like, "Here, have my raincoats," and you're like just cotton, or like he's wearing wool. Not like, oh no, wool is water resistant as well. Anyway, so let's explore that cottage.
Let's go to the cottage, and then maybe we can speak to the person downstairs.
You really have your heart set on that, don't you?
It's a very generous assessment.
New map.
New map.
You map.
New map.
Yay!
So. Okay, so you arrive at the back of the keeper's cottage. It is made of weathered timber and plaster, standing on stilts where it overhangs the edge of the steep cliff. At the back door, there's a small set of stairs leading up into it.
Luca, you seem to have a good sense for whether a place is. Sorry, it's raining, right? Are we outside?
Yeah.
Okay, Luca, you seem to have a good sense for these kinds of things. Would you mind checking ahead?
I have one
I can't hear you.
divine sense
Just
left
kidding, I
for the day. So
Oh, you have a limit on those. Okay, maybe I should use my sense. Maybe we should
No,
just
it's
trust
alright.
our gut.
I will use. No, first I'm going to check the door.
Yeah. The door is unlocked.
Oh, okay. I open
So you
it
can
slightly.
just push it open.
I have a feeling we won't find anything untoward in here. So.
Oh yeah, the last time a door just opened for me, I ended up with a paralyzing bottle in my hand. So you might want to think that over, buddy.
It's all right. I'm very big.
So,
That doesn't. Okay. And he's gone.
Oh, Willow gives an impressed look at En, like, well, he has a point, and follows in after him.
we need to quote Wool. It's alright, I'm big. That is
And he's gone. Okay.
Oh my god. Okay. So, this small bedroom hasn't seen use in years. There's a bed and a side table with a wardrobe and small bookshelf leaning against the southern wall. Everything is covered in a thick layer of dust.
I immediately go to the underneath the bed.
Yep.
Oh.
No one's been here for a long time.
God damn it.
Well, the good news is, because you know what to look for and where to look, it's not very hard to find. Searching under the bed, you drag out a locked leather sea chest. So, yeah. If anybody else wants to, like, all through the room.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. You find, yeah, can you give me a perception or investigation, your choice?
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
the nat 20s
so,
today.
yeah, you find 2 journal entries.
Ooh.
So, I will show you the first one.
Hey, I found another one. And holds up the paper.
Okay.
Is the paper, like, can we tell if this is Duncan or Varus?
This would be Duncan's journal.
Yeah.
Varus's was all relatively in one piece.
Didn't look like there were any pages ripped out. Cool.
Oh, Luca kept that.
He kept the journal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense. Alright. 21 Baracas, 988 YK. I met the most beautiful man I've ever seen in all my years last night. Varus Greenleaf, a Koravar sailor with the sea dragons, and newly made captain of his own ship. He has eyes like the shallows on a clear summer's day, and a voice like a siren when he sings. He was feasting his crew in Regalport when we met, and got to talking for one reason or another. Well, all were carousing around us. We simply talked for hours over our food and drink, and my heart skips just to think of him. I must be in love. But how am I to win his affection? I'm just an old salt dog. My eyes too dim to scan the horizon, and my fingers too stiff and beaten to tie the knots right. Keeping this lighthouse is all the labor I can do. I couldn't go back to sea like this, so I couldn't even beg to join his crew for the sake of being near him. I don't even know if he beds men, but I cannot stop thinking about him.
Willow
That's it.
looks at the bed.
I don't think that...
Willow looks away from the bed. Anyway, I'm going to continue looking.
Yeah. Second
here
journal
somewhere.
entry.
Wait, there's more. So, and shuffles the papers over. Alright. 6. Cypheros, 988 YK. There's an old folktale on Greentarn about a crone who lives in the driftwood marsh to the north of Salvage. Her name is Old Aggie Eeltongue. They say she's a hag who steals unwary children to cook and eat, then turns their bones into crab pots and weaves their hair into fishing nets. There's stories of wives seeking her out to curse unfaithful husbands to turn them into salamanders in exchange for some price, but if you try to cheat her, she'll pluck your eyes and pickle them. She sounds lovely. They say that was Anne, not the note.
Willow laughed.
They say she can call the tides like hounds, and her boat is pulled up a giant white sea snake that she can turn into mist with a whistle and knows magic older than Lahasar herself. But it's all codswallop. Maybe it's true. Tomorrow night, with both Rahan and Sephiroth should be full in the sky. The kind of night they tell you to be wary of, lest some fiend bewitch you into a bargain. Well, I've already been bewitched by Varus. I can barely sleep at the thought of them. 7, Sephiroth, 988 YK. My mind is made up. I'm going to the marsh and to the crone tonight. The lighthouse will keep for one night without me. Well, that's just great. This is why people shouldn't mess with things they don't understand, and just kind of tosses the papers down on the bed with a thrust.
Willow's not going to say the obvious.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Interesting timeline we have here. Sorry.
Do you want to try and put the entries in order?
Yeah. I was just going to say, Luca, when was the first entry of your journal?
Varus's?
Yeah. You didn't collect any of Duncan's?
No. 992.
The one I have is their first anniversary, and it's 990. First anniversary is in... Well, he was successful. Congratulations to Duncan. You know, before the rest. Shortly after their anniversary... Recapping. N, have you found anything else?
As N, with their nat 20?
Well, there's, yeah. So, that's all that looks relevant here, but you have pretty, like, clearly gone through everything that is of interest, I would say, to you. Otherwise, it's just, like, mundane items, so clothing, bedding, linens, some short fiction books. You know,
it's pretty
usual
normal.
Things people would have in their bedroom, that sort of stuff. The one thing that you haven't, like, been able to look into just yet is the leather sea chest, which is locked.
Right.
Luca has placed it on the bed, so he can properly look at it.
N's gonna look at it, and, like...
You picked the lock on that door, did you not?
I did, but do we want to be opening this?
It's just a music box.
Yes, well, the last journal entry about the music box, they weren't too fond of it.
It might be useful to have.
As if we don't have enough cursed objects already, and says taking out their lockpicks, and I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. Easy. This thing is basic. You quickly unlock the sea chest. Inside is an ornately carved wooden music box.
Oh, there it is.
And alongside it, as you lift it out, is the carefully cut with a knife, as opposed to ripped out, and folded pages of more journal entries.
Oh.
Oh.
What is it?
It's more journals. And says, placing the music box aside. They took it out very carefully with, like, the tips of their fingers, like it might explode if they if they handled it improperly. So they set it aside on the bed and take out the pages.
Oh, I forgot there was a third page. But yeah.
Oh, I can read them
Actually,
all
no.
then.
We'll just say these two entries are together. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
So.
So this is the gift that they got for the first year anniversary, by the way. That's the only thing I've gleaned from the... Yep.
Before Varus was supposed to go to sleep. Well, he did.
Yeah.
No, he went, like, on the boat with his friends.
He did,
Yes.
but, like, everything that happened after was exceptionally unfortunate.
Yeah.
All right. So, and we'll unfold the first paper here. 15. Zarantir, 989. I'm the happiest man alive. I spent all of last night with Ferris Greenleaf. He's just as handsome as all my dreams and a potent lover. He's asleep now. And kind of glances at Luca as
So I feel like everyone just looked at Luca to see if he would react to that. Does Luca react to that?
I think he's more
Words,
surprised by
potent lover.
by the response than anything. He glances away. But yes, he's like a bit pink in the cheeks.
We look back at the page. Can we all be like bundled around and at this, like just looking over their shoulders?
And is the shortest, so you guys are just like...
Yes.
Alright, where was I? He is asleep now, in my bed.
Potent lover.
Willow. I keep glancing over Willow.
Sorry. It's like some kind of spice. It's so potent. Okay.
Are you done?
Carry on. So, yes.
I keep glancing over at him just to make sure it is not a flight of fancy. The potion that I slipped into his drink worked to catch his eye, just as old Aggie said it would. This morning, I took a lock of his hair and wove it into the spell that will catch his mind. To keep me fondly in his thoughts. That shall last me a month of affection, at least, and give me time to start working on the last and strongest spell, the one that will win his heart. I need only have patience.
And the last journal entry is a long one.
Alright. Looks like next day, 8 Sephiros.
Oh, this different month, isn't it?
988? Yeah, it's same day next year. I remember, right?
Wait,
is it? But the numbers have gotten
I think it was...
So from entry H, which was the ones that you found earlier, talking about old Aggie, so which was 6-7 of Sephiros, in 988, and then the I was in Zarantir, which was like several months later.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So we've jumped back to talking about old Aggie, it seems.
Superstition
Okay.
keeps a sailor alive at sea, whether it be praying to the sovereigns or entreating some other kind of source of favor and fortune. When you live at the mercy of the wind and waves, it is understandable that you would wish for luck. Since my years of land, I felt little need to pray, except to curse the devourer. Yes. When the weather is foul. But last night, I found myself whispering pleas to the sovereigns for protection as I approached that dreadful boat. Old Aggie is as ugly as they say. I guess you can't blame him for that, considering everything she's done. Her skin is sallow and slick, with fever sweat, her face all greenish and marked with warts. Her eyes are yellow as piss and bulge like frogs, and her breath stinks like the scum of low tide. I was revolted, but dared not let it show. My love for Varys must be stronger than any disgust if I was to succeed. I greeted her as kindly as I could and gave her the basket of offerings I brought. Some tobacco, some fresh fish from this morning, and best of all, a bottle of the strongest Regal Port whiskey I could muster. She accepted the gifts greedily. She gobbled the fish raw, bones and all, right in front of me, gnashing them up to a pulp between her needle-sharp teeth. Then necked half the bottle in one ferocious gulp and licked her lips with a putrid, blackened tongue so long and slippery that I nearly thought it was a snake. She then packed her bone-white pipe with the tobacco and sat back in an armchair of tattered hides to smoke. After a long minute, she asked me what my purpose for visiting was. I told her everything about Varys, and more. I told her of my feelings, my heartache, and the longing, and the lust, and that Corvar sea captain had sparked in me. The words spilled out of me in such a tumult. I dare not repeat it on paper for Luca, even in my own journal I could not spare a detail.
Hey.
Old Aggie simply nodded and told me she knew many ways to charm a man. I told her I didn't simply want to charm Varys, I wanted him to be mine, and mine alone. I wanted his heart. That I can do, but it will cost you dearly, she said. I don't care, I said. Any cost is worth it. Old Aggie licked her lips, and again at that and smiled. I felt a shiver run down my spine. But the thought of Varys, beautiful, clever Varys, being mine to hold at last bolstered my will, and I stood firm. Even now, having paid the price and not seen the reward, I don't know if it's as foolhardy of me that I don't regret it. I'm not so old as to be useless, but my best years are far behind me, and each year spent in my lighthouse I feel more worn down, like a stone in the surf. Family, friends, even past lovers, they've come and gone like ships on the tide. The only thing that remains in my life is myself and the lighthouse. So no, I don't regret the price I paid. But that crone had better keep her end of the bargain. She named 3 things that I would have to pay in exchange for the spell that would capture Varys Greenleaf's heart. The first was the sea. I would never again be able to set foot on any vessel that would take me more than a mile from Greentarn's shores. I could row to my lighthouse if need be, but further than that and all the winds would rise up against me unless I turned back. Done, I said, and we shook hands. I have no plans of sailing again. Those days are long behind me. Staying on Greentarn is not so harsh a fate. The second was family. I would never raise any children, whether by blood or adopted, and I would never pass on my name. Marrying Varys would not count, of course, she said, but I would not be able to gain any kin. No brothers or sisters or other familial relations. My parents have long since passed, and I am an only child, so it was hardly so dear a price. Done, I said again, and we shook hands. Again. The third and smallest of my prices, she said, is your dying breath. This, understandably, gave me pause. I said, if I give you my dying breath, does that mean you'll simply kill me? Old Aggie cackled and shook her head. No, not at all. Part of a hag's bargain is that I cannot harm one who has paid the price, for that would mean I have to refund it all. No, I cannot kill you, but when it is your time to die, as all mortals do, your dying breath will belong to me. I thought a moment, only a moment. Perhaps if I was a wiser man, I would have hesitated more. It is too late now, and I cannot bring myself to care anywho. Done, I said, and we shook hands for the third and final time. Her scum-stained fingernails sharpened into grotesque claws and cut the skin on both of our hands, drawing blood. I cried out in pain, and then again when I saw the oily black ichor that spilled from her veins, but I dared not let go.
I'm going to look at N. Did you want me to finish that?
Hen just shoves it into your hands and goes to sit down on the bed.
Okay. The moment our blood mingled, the pact was sealed. I keep looking at the back of my hand where she scratched me. There is no real scar, but I feel the sensation of her claws piercing my flesh. The hot spill of blood on her skin, cold and rough like a toad's back. Makes me shudder to remember, and I still don't regret making it. Willow is deliberately talking a bit quieter and also walking away. So, Aggie taught the spells that Duncan would need to win Varys' heart. And all they need to do now is use them, and apparently they did of the potent lover bit. Yeah, so.
Yes, evidently.
I'm going to tuck that away. We did not need the explicit blood descriptions, apparently. I look over at N. Are you sure you want to be sitting on that bed?
And just gives you a look.
Is it feeling potent?
It hasn't been used for years.
Potency can prevail.
Examine the rest of the room to see if we can go further into the cottage.
Yes, there is in fact another door.
Okay. Yeah, it's a hallway.
Well,
Luke is going to go.
we have nothing to lose.
For now.
And we're just gonna keep going too.
Is there anything in this little chest drawer?
It just looks like largely decorations, linens,
Alright.
that sort of thing.
Is this a door?
Yeah, the narrow corridor has 3 doors. One which was leading to the bedroom that you came from, and 2 heading south. The one on the southeast is sort of narrower and set into the back. But yeah.
Shall we?
Try this one first, since it was the first one I came across.
Okay. So, let me reveal.
Oh. That's a nice rug. Willow says. Upon entering.
Give me a second to describe before you start moving around. So, you enter what looks to be a quaint but long-abandoned living room. A large wood-burning stove sits on the western wall with an armchair drawn in front of it. To the south, in front of the window, is a round dining table and chairs with a large bookshelf taking up the eastern wall. Old grandfather clock ticks quietly in a nook in the southeast beyond the dining area. To the west appears to be a compact galley-style kitchen.
No, Ed's not very keen to look around right now, so I'm just gonna stay by the door and watch.
Yeah. I'll look around, see if anything jumps out.
Sure.
As an aside, Willow just going to pat the chair pointedly at N before walking past it.
Okay. Willow and Luca, do you want to search this area?
Yes.
You can either each individually make a perception check, or one person can give advantage to the other.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, since you already jumped to that, I'll just do a perception check as well.
Okay.
I'm on normal.
Is your investigation better?
Oh, yes. Can I do that?
Sure.
Cool.
My investigation is -1, so I don't use it very often. Oh.
My gosh. Supposedly
You
it's
just
better.
rolled badly.
Okay.
Unfortunate. Sometimes, even when you are skilled, sometimes.
Sometimes it's just not
It's fine.
enough.
Yeah.
Everybody has those days. Everybody makes a mistake, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you sort of peer around the room. Willow, you just sort of get distracted by the hominess of it all. But Luca, you noticed out of the corner of your eye in the bookshelf what appears to be a ripped page. So I will show that to you.
Oh.
You are attuned to finding these.
Yeah. You know what to look
Alright.
for now.
Yeah. Ron 991. I went to Driftwood Marsh last night to find old Aggie Eeltongue, but what I discovered instead is better than any haggling could do. I rode to the north where the marsh meets the sea, expecting to make the long and muddy trek along the treacherous banks to where old Aggie's boat wallowed in the muck and plead my cause. My mind was abuzz. Oh, plead my case. Same thing. My mind is abuzz. Luca can't read, please. Let him do his best.
It was a gentle correction from Willow, and it's fine. You just.
My mind was abuzz with words as I moored my vessel to the stump of a rotted tree. What argument could I make to persuade her to release me? What possible bargain I could make, what price she would accept, when a breaching splash startled me. I turned around and felt my stomach turn to horror as old Aggie's boat surfaced not half a mile from where I sat. Had she known I'd been coming? I froze, my heart shuddering in my chest as I watched that horrid vessel drag itself from the mud, heaving like a wounded beast. At last it set itself adrift in the shallow waves of the shore, and old Aggie clambered out from the hold to pole it out to sea. My heart leapt again, but this time with the victory of good fortune. She hadn't seen me at all. I quickly unmoored my own boat and went to follow. She was clearly out on some foul business of her own, and perhaps this was my chance to gain some advantage by spying on her. Oh. My instincts could not have been more right. Once old Aggie's barge was out in deep water, she stopped her poling and dug through her skirt pockets for something. I drifted as close as I dared, straining my eyes against the evening gloom to see what she was doing. I'm surprised I didn't reveal myself by gasping in astonishment when she did. From her filthy cloak, old Aggie produced the most magnificent seashell I'd ever seen. conch of some kind, bigger than a strong man's fist. Its coils lined with gold and glittering with magic like a dragon shard. I knew the instant I saw it, it must be some piece of ancient magic treasure. The king said they are hidden in the ruins of Zendrick, or made by the Eberron. Old Aggie Eeltongue put the conch to her lips and blew like a horn and blew into it a mournful wail of a soul that carried far over the open water. I sat in my rowboat listening with a sense of awe. Then all of a sudden, out of a patch of fog on the horizon, I could have sworn had not been a moment ago, a ship appeared. And not just any ship, a galleon, 4 masts and at least a dozen sails, her prow slicing through the water like a dream. Old Aggie hailed the ship and the crew hailed her back as they approached. She called out to them to let her board, and they did. I waited nearby as I dared in my rowboat, listening to their voices as Old Aggie talked and traded with them, with what must have been the captain. I'm not so well travelled as others, but I made the voyage to Thronehold and back in the past, and I swear it true, even if I can hardly believe it. The captain's accent marked him as being far west and on dare. When they were done bartering, the crew lowered Old Aggie back to her barge, and then as quickly as they had appeared, the galleon and her crew vanished back into the mist. I had to make myself scarce before I was discovered, but I think I have found the answer to my curse without needing to haggle with the crone. That seashell has the power to summon ships from anywhere in the world, I'm sure of it. If I can only get my hands on that conch shell, I will see you soon, Varys, I swear it.
Okay. Not the wisest, Jeff.
No. This has just been a series of very unwise decisions on his part. It's putting it mildly. So from the sounds of it, maybe if we return the shell? I'm not very interested in going anywhere near this eel-tongue lady, but...
I have a feeling that Willow would probably know roughly the lay of the land, so would I know where Driftwood Marsh is?
Yeah, it is described as being like slightly north of Salvage,
so we
it's like
could get there.
You could get there if you could get back
Out.
to Salvage.
Yes.
Not even sure we can leave this lighthouse at this point. According to Varys' journal, we could be stuck here.
I'm going to check this back room for now.
I am just putting together the series of events.
Yeah. I would say here is a good place to take a little 10-minute break.
I agree.
Sounds good.
Good
So
time for
let's
intermission.
head to intermission time.
Intermission!
Alright,
God.
we're back to the game!
Yes.
Okay. I have a thought.
Over.
Well, not really.
What's your thought?
Oh, no, just that Willow has been taking notes, and basically the timeline, not like this really matters. So 988, Duncan made the deal. 989, the deal succeeded, supposedly. 990 is the anniversary of the event where the music box was received. 991, conch shell revealed. And 992, Varys returns. So, do we think that worked?
That is correct.
Why? I wonder what made Duncan go back in 91.
Didn't he say to try and deal with the, Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry, we've had so many things. Okay. In all different order, because...
Yep.
Of course.
For maximum
Duncan.
dramatic irony.
No, it's just because Duncan's a mess. This isn't Willow. It's Mim. Duncan, you hot mess of a person. God damn it. Okay, so couldn't you keep it together like freaking Barris in a nice little journal?
Oh.
So because we didn't like collect all of the journal entries.
I'll say that like if you wanted to, you can have collected the majority
Oh,
of
no.
them.
Oh, I want to go back.
It doesn't necessarily matter.
You would have kept the papers with you.
Okay.
Luca distinctly placed at least 4 of them back. But no, it's okay because I'm like, maybe our character's just super smart and good at remembering things.
I feel like given Willow's track record, Will just like whistled and picked them up.
Pocketed them anyway.
Yeah.
Luca put them down respectfully. Willow walked past, folded them, and put them in their pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Oh, Willow then, right now that there is a table, Willow is laying out all of the journal entries that they picked up after Luca put them down to try and arrange them.
What is this?
Journals.
I can see that. All right.
Journal rifling noises.
While you do
Well,
that,
we know.
I'll check this room.
Okay, you open the door to that room. It is a bathroom.
Oh, okay. Do I notice anything?
Well, there is a mirror, a sink with a wooden bucket underneath it, a metallic clawfoot tub, and a lidded wooden bench with a ceramic chamber pot underneath it. If you test the sink, no water flows from it.
Okay. I don't... Do I see anything in particular that's important?
As far as you can tell, no. This place is as disused as everything else. The mirror is grimy but intact.
Okay. Luca checks his hair. And then
You've got some rubble in it from your crash.
he dusts his hair out, kind of straightens it up.
Yeah. The like combination of like rain and dust is like not great. You do look a little bit worse for wear, and you do look a bit tired.
Oh,
Frankly, so do your companions. You
okay.
You don't know how long it's been. A few hours, you would imagine. You got here around noon. You're not entirely sure how long you were staying, but it seems like it would be, judging from looking out the window, it's probably getting quite dark right now. You'd guess it's about 5 p.m.
Okay.
Luca, you did ask why he returned to Driftwood.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Lavion 991. How do you say it? 991 or just 991?
Just say the numbers individually, so 991.
Okay, 991. So 8 months without Varys. This is when Duncan has kind of lost hope and put the music box away, and then 2 months later is when he went to the Driftwood Marsh to find Aggie. So,
okay.
yeah.
Thank you for
that's
clarifying.
all good.
So the show was a desperate attempt to get his charmed lover back.
It seems that way. Do you think it worked? He did return, but do you think it was because of the shell?
How long between his return and
Let me look.
Duncan acquiring the shell?
So Duncan gets the shell in Rahan 991, which is the 9th month, and then when does our heroic captain returns when? 5th of Therendor 992, which is the 3rd month. So
it's quite a few months
something
later.
But maybe there was something in between.
I
did miss something.
When does Duncan end it?
That would be E.
E. Oops. I was rifling through them. They're all laid out. Okay. Volt 991, which is the 12th month.
So Varys arrived
Rife.
a couple months later.
No, sorry, no. That's... Oh, yes. And he has become a for lack of a better word, fish person at this stage.
Yes. So, I'm not sure I would say that the shell was responsible, but we can't really say now, can we?
I guess time will tell. Well, not like we're going to use it.
I
least we
sure
know
hope
that it
not,
is.
Willow.
It is harmless, so to speak, until we try and call something with it, and no one here is going to try and call anything with it. Yes, Luca? I'm looking at Luca.
No, why would we?
I'm just involving you back in the conversation.
Thank
Cursed me twice over. He really cursed himself now, didn't he? Anyway. I'm going to go look at the music box.
Okay.
Okay.
And we'll follow. And we'll hoist
While we do
themselves
that-
out of the chair and drag themselves into the bedroom.
Before we do that, I just want to wiggle this door and see if it's unlocked.
Which door? Hold on.
The one that would lead into the lighthouse.
Okay, so as you approach that, you guys might want to be back in the living room before this.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Oh wait. In which case?
No, stay there. You've
Okay.
done it. You've done it. Stay
done it.
there.
Okay, I've done it.
You can't quick save out of this one.
God. Reset the game!
So, you try the handle of the door. It is locked, obviously, but your rattling the doorknob seems to provoke something. Luca, please make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh. Good. Oh, beans.
Okay, great, good. The drawers of the kitchen slam open, and a flurry
Oh
of
my
cutlery launches itself at you.
Oh my god.
Luca!
You take 2 slashing damage as like knives cut into you, and like there's a as they thud into the wall, pinning your cloak to it. You are currently grappled
Oh,
Luca!
against the wall.
God.
7 and 6, what happened? What are you doing?
Help?
A couple of knives float ominously.
Huh? Behind me. Come on. Oh, knife!
Activating combat mode for knives?
Yes.
Luca!
You are activating combat mode. Thank you.
Yep.
You
And
just have to jostle the door.
and also the stove like flares to life all of a sudden.
This is why we don't touch stuff. This is why we don't touch stuff. Oh my god!
See that now? Can you help me? Oh my god!
Oh my god, the stove.
Stand still. Roll initiative.
Oh fuck.
Oh boy. Where's come on, man. Not the stove. Well, you know, another thing that I saw while I was looking through the journals was that he has laid traps all around this place. Our friend Daunting.
Yeah. Thank
So-
you, Willow.
Thank you, Luca, for demonstrating
very
this. I think so.
I agree. I am being sincere. Thank you for reminding me because I had forgotten.
Good job, everybody.
You've activated my trap card, says Zeke.
Good news. So, top of the round, and Luca just got pinned to the wall by forks and knives. 2 like full like kitchen like chopping knives, like a cleaver and like a proper
God.
like chopping fish knife.
Oh my god. Fish knife.
Are,
Oh.
Oh boy.
not
I am
like
not a
for eating
fish.
fish, as in like for gutting fish.
Yeah, gutting
Yeah,
fish. I
yeah.
can. Yes.
Have animated, as has the stove, as you like. And yeah, it is your turn. What's good?
Okie dokie. Okie dokie, Smokey. Well, I'm gonna go for that knife, the one that got the 13. closest to Luca. I'm gonna arcane and blast that bitch.
Yeah, go for it. Please roll to attack. Please roll to attack the knife with magic.
This is my life now.
Hits.
This is my knife.
Okay. Cut my knife into pieces.
This is my last resort.
No, it's his last clean fork.
God damn it. Okay.
Oh my God.
Everything in this stupid kitchen gets whipped up in my Eldritch Blast gust, and I blast the knife.
Okay. So, Sarah, you get the inspiration for that terrible, terrible joke because
First inspiration of the game!
Yay!
So I'm gonna mark it. Yeah, you can choose at some point to use it up to gain advantage on one roll.
Okay.
Whenever you want.
Anyway, so and you like immediately whip around, spot the floating knife, and blast it.
Yeah. Like a reflex.
From the wall. It clatters against the wall, knocked out, inanimate.
Yours now.
Which is good. Which is good.
Thank you. One less to try and kill me. Thank you.
Unfortunately, the other knife that is still in the area is going to attack Luca.
Oh my God.
Does that hit?
Oh, my armor class is 16.
Then it hits. So, Luca, the knife comes for you and stabs you in the gut.
Oh.
Like, cuts you along the hip for 4 piercing damage. Stabbing into you.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Oh
So-
boy.
That's the knife's turn. Willow.
That's the knife's turn. Okay, one moment. Just thinking.
You have your
out loud.
cantrips, you have your weapons.
Yes, I'm looking at my cantrips. I keep saying can't rips, like you can't rip this, like
Catnip.
Luca. My catnips, but my cantrips.
Cantrip.
Cantrips.
Cantrip.
Sorry.
Over.
You can't
I
trip
can
over
trip
these.
them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Is that like detect magic, cure wounds, catapult, alarm, or are they somewhere else that I'm not looking?
Cantrips are above, they're in this level 0.
Mending and lightning lure is what? Yeah?
Yes.
And I can use those
Yes.
anytime?
Yeah, as much as you
Okay,
want.
so I don't
They
have
are
spells.
infinite free.
Oh, good. Oh, last time I thought my lightning lure ran out. Okay. Well, cool. I can't do absorb elements yet, can I? Because I would really love to absorb that fire.
You do
Don't
not
have
have
that
it
equipped?
prepared. No.
Ugh. Useless.
And you have no spell slots for first level or higher.
Okay, well, can I just go and try and help Luca out of his predicament? there, like, an
Yeah, you can try
assist
and
or no?
run across to help Luca.
And I might just try and hit the knife while I'm there, but what do I have to
Okay.
hit it with? My knife!
Yeah.
I
Knife
hate
fight.
this
Knife
And
fight! Knife
lightning
fight!
door.
Pardon?
Knife fight. Knife fight. Luca, fight the knife.
Time to swashbuckle that knife.
Oh man! You know what? I'm gonna use my lightning lure. Is it? Can I truly
Yes.
use my lightning lure on a knife? Okay.
Yes, it is
Yeah,
a
you know what?
creature in this case.
I'm going to remain roughly where I was and
Okay.
use my lightning lure to try and drag that knife away before it stabs Luca again.
Okay,
and
so
also damage
put in the chat if you please. What's the save?
So I'm
Describe it.
Okay, so yeah, what does it look like when you cast this
lightning lure.
like this lasso of lightning?
Well, similar to the cure wounds that I did before, it starts with the it's almost like a friction with them rubbing their hands together. Except this time when they clap and pull out, there's like a cord of like neon blue lightning going
Yep.
from one palm to the other. And when they flick both of their hands, it coils around one hand, they pull that hand back and launch it towards that knife.
Nice. Okay, so the knife needs to make a strength saving throw.
Ooh.
It failed.
It is a knife.
Butter knife! Ha! Butter knife?
This is the cleaver, I think.
Oh, well then.
Okay. But it does get dragged to 10. Wait, yeah, it's like gets dragged up to 10 feet in a straight line towards you.
So now I'm being stabbed by the knife.
It is not within 5 feet of you, so it doesn't take damage, but it is out of the way.
Cool. And closer to our...
Yes, thank you for that.
Yeah, or further away from Luca, if you want to put it that way.
Thank you for that, Willow. Thank you.
It's alright, I'm standing right next to a stove, so...
Yep.
Oh boy.
Hopefully next move I can throw it into the stove.
Luca, it is your turn. You are currently grappled. Please make an athletics check to break free from being to the wall by cutlery.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Hey, you are able to break free, and that is your action. But you are able to move if you would like, and equip your shield and sword.
Yes. Okay. Can I move past it? The knife.
No, you cannot move through
No.
the knife's space without getting hurt.
I'll just stand here and equip my longsword one-handed and my shield.
Okay.
You're just bleeding from the gut, aren't you?
No, it was my sexy hip. You know, with the V? Yeah.
Cool. It is the stove's turn.
Oh no.
The stove, like,
Oh,
ripples
no.
to life with ghostly energy and will turn on you. Cool.
Oh no. That's the most ominous sound, DZ. Come on.
That's a nice 15-foot cone.
Oh.
You did put us in a
will,
very
like-
small room.
Yes, I did. So, I would
Oh,
like you. So Willow and Anne, please make a dexterity saving throw.
Right.
Best
As
of luck.
the stove like lurches to life and like spews hot coal at you all.
Ooh.
Well, those both succeed.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. Oh, bad.
Yeah. N got 21, Willow got 11.
Yes.
Yeah. You both only take half damage, so please take 6 damage each.
Holy shit.
Only half, he says.
Oh boy.
Yeah, oh, like, only half of your remaining life?
Wait, sorry. 6 down. Oh, wait.
I've rounded
How
it
do-
down a point. Because
Oh,
I
thank
don't
you.
want to bring Willow to 0.
So I'm on 1 HP right now.
You have
Oh.
1 hit point.
Hey! That's good.
Ed, it is your turn.
Good. Okay. I'm a little toasty, but that's fine. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the knife.
Okay. Roll to attack the knife with magic.
Boom, baby.
Yep, that's another hit.
Hell yeah.
Again,
Yum.
like one hit KO, this knife gets sent flying into the sink.
If there's something N knows about, it's knives.
Yeah. You have defeated the knife.
Well
So it is now
done!
Willow's turn.
Willow.
Do you want
There's
to?
the stove.
Can
I'm
can I
right
use
behind
cure wounds on myself?
You
I have
could,
any-
if you
I don't
the
have
spell
any-
slots.
I don't. Yeah, I thought so. Ah! Okay, I'm going to I'm gonna hobble. I'm gonna hobble into the hallway. Can I just hobble
Okay.
into the hallway,
Yeah.
or at least at the door? I want
You
to
can-
watch
yeah.
still, but I feel like I'm going to die. So I'm out.
take the disengage action and leave.
I take the disengage action, and I am keeled over in the hallway, holding on to this bench, trying not to die.
Luca, Willow's hurt bad.
Okay, I'm coming.
Okay,
please
cool.
The stove.
It is your turn.
Okay.
We have to do something about this.
I am going to walk over here and I brace my sword in like a horizontal line and I try to stab it right in the mouth.
Yeah! Roll to attack.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
17. Hell yeah.
Good.
And 7 points of slashing damage.
Yeah. You, stab into the stove, like, knocking some of its coals loose. It, reels back a little bit. Cool. It's the stove's turn.
Time to die!
Okay. I'm gonna see if it recharges its, flame. It does.
Oh, fuck.
Shit. You guys can leave! Willow distressed from the hallway.
Cool. Good. But it is going to just, try and slam into Luke
Oh.
first. That doesn't...
Doesn't hit?
Does it?
No.
Yes! God damn it.
Okay.
What did it hit instead? Anything? Or it just
It
missed?
kind of jostles around.
Stupid.
Sorry. Somebody's here for me at the door.
Oh.
So let's
Do we want an
finish this
intermission?
up real quick.
Or-
No, we will shortly. Let's just see if we can finish this up real quick. Ed, your turn.
Alright, well, it's been working out for me so far, so I guess I'm gonna attack the stove with the same thing I've been using this whole time.
Yep.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah. Hit.
Nice.
A slightly weaker blast, but a blast nonetheless.
I am bleeding.
It is-
Or burnt.
Yeah. Yeah. It is looking hurt. Willow, you can peek in through the door.
I will.
Do you want to,
Yes.
short bow it? Or crossbow it?
Can I? Or have I disengaged from battle
you can just
completely?
lean through the door without entering that space.
Oh, okay.
So stay
But
outside.
can I actually... I'm not fully disengaged forever? I can actually
Yeah,
lean
it's just
in and
a
try and
one-
help?
You
One round.
Yeah.
Oh,
action.
gotcha. Okay, well, I am going to stand at the very edge of this door. I'm
Yeah.
looking pretty worse for wear, but with my
You're
with
like
one
on the
hand
floor.
anyway. Full lean against the wall, one arm just dead at my side, but I am nonetheless going to use my light crossbow because why not? Boom. I think.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Yes!
Oh, sweet.
So click in the chat box. Click the light crossbow.
Oh, I see. That'll do.
Well done.
Nice!
Yeah, it is looking very badly injured. The stove
Poor stove.
totters. It's casing is beaten and dented. Luca, your turn.
Oh, okay. I'm going to switch to a two-handed sword attack.
Yeah,
and
nice.
I'm going to try again to stab it right in the mouth. 14.
Ooh.
Oh.
Just barely misses. Just crushes against the stove's exterior. Your sword not penetrating.
Oh. Okay.
No.
And can I move away?
Yeah, it will try to swipe at you.
Hop on that chair.
Like
Do a
this
little
way?
dance.
If I move this way?
Yeah, it will try and swipe at you again. It will. You have used your action to attack, so it will try and slam you.
Just hold your ground, Luca.
Okay, I have to wait. And okay.
Yeah,
I am my
okay.
turn.
Okay. Cool. Stove's turn. It will try and slam you again. That hits.
Shit.
I will use Okay, I'm going to use my...
You'll use?
Yeah, Guardian Shield.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And Willow, from what you can see of Luca, a shimmer of like magical energy strikes up as the stove tries to slam into him, and no impact. That is its turn. And I will also say, Willow, at the top of the round, can you please make another dexterity saving throw?
Huh? Now?
Yes, please.
Oh, why?
Okay,
Ooh.
you like your ear
Finally,
twitches and you
22.
rapidly duck down as the vase from on the like little cupboard behind you lifts up and slams into the
Oh
bowl
God.
above your head, shattering on
Oh my
impact.
God.
You are unharmed.
Oh, thank gosh.
He's just getting
Yeah.
knocked the fuck out by a vase.
What house is trapped? The whole house is rigged.
I noticed.
Okay, and your turn.
Yep.
Killing blow. Let's go.
One more shot. Let's see.
Yeah, that's
All
a hit.
right.
That's nice. 19.
Yeah. So, what does it look like as you defeat the stove with your
Well,
Eldritch Blast?
the gust picks up even more things than it has before. Originally, it usually just picks up smaller items, but now, like, the chairs are lifting, the tables are lifting, there's blood that has been shed that's also Luca's blood primarily, lifting in droplets into the air, and it just creates a whirlwind of the room, just decimating whatever it can manage to pick up, and completely aglow with this purple light, throws both hands out, and an arc of purple lightning hits the stove.
The impact rocks the stove back, shattering it into the wall, and it returns to its lifeless, cold, inanimate state. You have defeated the object. And we gotta go to intermission.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, it's okay. We need time.
We gotta
Thank you.
unpack.
The good news is you are still alive after being attacked by inanimate objects that were clearly haunted by the energy of the poltergeist, even if it didn't show up itself.
Okay.
But you are all feeling much worse for wear.
Yeah.
Yes.
And is going to hobble across the room and check on Willow.
Willow's sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
Big guy. Willow really doesn't look very good. And doesn't look great either, and is burned quite a bit.
How much HP do you have?
1.
Willow has 1.
Both of you.
I have 3. And has
Okay.
3.
So, Luca crouches down beside Willow, like, slips their flesh arm around Willow's shoulders,
Oh,
like,
I'm feeling
draws
better
them in
already.
close. What?
Nothing.
Luca I draw Willow in close to me and gently rest my head against theirs.
Oh.
And as I do this, they feel that same warm, tingling sensation from before, spreading from where our bodies are touching. And it's a little bit unclear, but somehow it feels pink, and they feel like they are being healed. And I will give them 3 HP back. So I will extinguish the last of my lay on hands for you to have 3 more HP.
Oh. That's really sweet. And I get a hug.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Willow is just sitting there like with their shoulders scrunched up to their like jaw, like, okay, this is happening.
So
I think their eyes are going to dart to
outside, as you observe this, like, there's a faint sort of reddish, pinkish glow that passes between Luca to Willow as their wounds are lightly healed by the touch.
That's nice. I'm going to awkwardly say thank you while scrunched up here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't do more.
It's okay.
Look,
You're all pretty fucking beat
I
at
think-
this point.
I think we need to think about this before we start opening more doors. We need to regroup.
I think that's fair.
I'm not entirely sure we should be regrouping here, considering what just took place. And is like
Yeah,
Rose
Lucas
said
still
to regroup.
technically has a knife in his
yeah,
hip.
and is leaning hard on the dresser here.
I mean, it pulled itself back out.
Oh,
Yeah, so you know you're
coward.
bleeding.
Let me keep it.
Can we go
Okay,
collect the knives?
I
The
wouldn't.
corpses. Okay.
They might. We don't
Um,
know what they could do. They might
Yeah.
come back to life. Let's just leave it alone.
Okay. Okay, Willow's going to hobble to their feet now. We should probably take a rest.
We
You
should.
could all retreat to the bedroom.
Yes, I think.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, at least
Nothing
the
happens
bedroom.
in the bedroom.
We thoroughly
Yeah.
invested the bedroom and nothing tried to kill us. So you know.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I think everyone.
We need
We
need to stop.
We're just standing around quietly.
We need to think.
Why don't the two of you lie on the bed?
and looks at Willow.
Willow's looking at N.
I mean, you could all probably squish in if you didn't mind sleeping very close together, but otherwise you could take separate ends of the bed.
Oh, I will stay awake for a while to make sure that we aren't attacked.
You can trade watches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's best.
You can have like a upright nap. I could offer to sleep on. I can sleep on the floor.
Willow.
No, you
just
should sleep
take
on the bed.
I'm going to move the music box, and with carefully
put it
this
on-
time.
Put it on.
I'm going to put it on the bedside table.
Yeah.
The one over here that I'm near. I'm putting it on the bedside table, and fine. And I'm going to, I guess, hop on. Yeah, fine, bedtime. It's bedtime. I will hop on the bed.
And
Yeah.
overcome by the feeling so awful because they have been badly wounded twice today, and despite being healed, they also fell in an elevator, and a lot has happened to N today. So N is going to swallow their pride and shuffle into the other side of the bed,
Okay.
the far side. They're both reasonably lean, so they
Yeah.
they have a decent amount of personal space on the bed. You know, fair. It's enough.
Also, I feel like Willow is like arms folded, legs crossed, staring at the ceiling.
Yeah, N is the same.
Meanwhile, Lucas sits at the foot of the bed, just like in an easy sentry's watch.
Yes.
Cool.
Oh,
Great.
handsome.
So you guys gonna take a long rest?
I
I
think
think
so.
we should.
Yeah. You probably
Yeah.
should.
And then we can
Okay.
continue in the dead of night.
Well,
Wait, can I do something before we go? Can I set an alarm? Or can I do that? Because I have no spell slots yet, can't do I?
But
Oh.
the alarm has a ritual tag on it. It has a little R on it, which means you can cast it as a ritual without expending a spell slot.
Oh! Sorry. I did something. Oh, and it only takes a minute.
It takes 10 minutes to cast it as a ritual. But yes, you can basically
Oh.
set an alarm. So if anything tries to come through, you will be alerted.
Cool. Because Willow is also going to pull their bandana over their ears so that they can sleep properly.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah,
that mean that we
because-
could all technically sleep?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
So I'm going to tell Luca I've set an alarm once it's finished, though. So
Yeah.
Willow can probably do this while just, like, napping. But
How do you cast?
Yeah.
Tell us how you cast it.
Yeah, I imagine so. Like you use your tools to basically tinker with one or both of
The
the
doors?
doors, to like set up a little magical alarm. So if anything
Okay, so
touches
let's just-
it will create a loud noise.
Nice. Let's also assume I did that before our awkward bed tango.
Yes.
Sorry, not tango. Bed, like, you know what I mean.
Shuffle.
Bed shuffle. That's the word I was looking for. So yeah. So now.
Slide to the left. Slide to the right.
Yeah.
Crisscross.
Yeah.
So yes.
That's
Luca,
our
you can
arms
sleep
and
if
legs
you can find
crisscrossing.
somewhere. Yes.
Luca can sleep on the floor. He's
There's-
used to roughing it.
There's a rug. He was the hurt the
Yeah.
least.
Yeah, there is a rug.
The two of you can sleep on the bed. I will take the floor. I've slept in worse.
Yeah, there is a nice plush carpet at least, even if it is super fucking dusty. I will remind everybody there is about 6 years of dust
Yeah, well,
on everything.
we're almost
Okay.
dead, so we're not too picky right now. At least Anne isn't.
Yeah,
Well, you could at least like dust out the sheets, like pick it up and fluff it.
I mean, like, Luca, if you like wanted, there's like linen cupboards and stuff, so you could just like make yourself a nice little blanket nest.
Okay,
Aw.
that sounds like a good idea.
Cute. Yeah, he seems like he would have
Bed.
noticed and like do
Well,
that.
I did inspect the linen
Yeah.
cupboard before, so
Yeah. Oh, so you're making yourself a bed while I stare awkwardly at the ceiling. Willow will remove their glasses as well, but only to roll into their side and go to sleep, pretty much.
Okay.
I'm
That's
going
Take the
to.
glasses from the bedside table. Huh?
Yeah.
Is there a window?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna draw the covers over the window just to
Yeah.
make it a little bit
It
cozier.
is very dark inside now. It is like evening proper, and it is still winter, so the light leaves fast. Are able to settle down with these people you've only known for hours, really, and try and find sleep.
It's better than a homicidal stove, so you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
many
there
things
are-
are better
there
than a
are-
homicidal stove.
Yeah. Yep. And at least between the group of you, it's like fairly cozy inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine there's.
Yeah.
Luca's big enough that he produces a lot of warmth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a space heater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a puppy
Luca, I
who
met-
sleeps on your carpet.
Yeah. Luke, I imagine you probably take off your like armor to actually
Yes.
rest, because otherwise that's a bit uncomfortable.
Oh yes. The shield comes off, it's placed against the door, but in a
Damn.
kind of angled position so that if anything knocks the door, it will
Fall over.
fall over and alert us.
Yeah. I mean, there's, in addition to Willow's already alarm spell.
There's just gonna be a lot of
Yes,
noise if
yeah.
something tries to get in here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Or if somebody tries to get up in the middle of the night to pee. So you
Yeah.
know.
Guess we're peeing in the drawers, guys.
There's a
fair.
toilet down the hallway. Oh wait,
Yeah.
no, I see what you mean. Okay. Oh, finally a rest. God,
Yeah.
Are you all comfortable?
I feel like Willow might be already asleep.
No.
We'll just
Or at least pretending very hard to be asleep.
Yeah. Or just a from Willow.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Alright. If you need me.
Good night. Oh.
Good night.
Thank you, Luca.
You're welcome. Good night.
Night.
So,
So awkward.
uh,
It feels so awkward.
yeah. As it should be. Everybody's going to sleep, so can each of you give me a just wisdom saving throw, just as a check?
Oh,
Just for no reason.
I'm sure.
I
Okay.
can't imagine why.
I know! Oh, I shouldn't have done that!
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
No, that's fine. No, I just realized what I distinctly said. I didn't say it either, but Willow was asleep in their jacket.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
Ah!
yeah.
Don't
I
worry about
told
it.
you.
You said nothing. We were both wasted. I would have thought about it if we weren't wiped. Anyway, we're having arguments in our dreams.
Yeah.
To be fair, we all just fought a stove. It's fine.
Hey, I just
We're
bought
gonna
a
make
stove. Can I
mistakes.
go home? Yeah. Oh my. Oh, Zeke, you.
You sly son of a
Son of a
bitch.
gun.
I held back so much just then. Zeke, you...
Anyway.
Can I continue?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. You settle in for a night's rest as best as you can as the rain pounds outside against the windows, thunder rumbles overhead, and you find yourself trying to rest in this room with two new people that you just met this day. And
Yes.
how have you been sleeping lately?
I've just been pretty much as I have been for the last, I don't know how many years at this point. My head's kind of foggy.
Probably 4.
4 or 5.
A bit over 4.
Something like that. Every night.
Something.
It's been riddled. Sometimes less, sometimes more, with strange visions, strange dreams. Not exactly had the best night's sleep since then.
Yeah. Tonight is much the same. You are having, at first, like a normal nonsense dream of, like, just going about your daily life. This was the before, but then you feel your right eye move and distort as it grows a stalk like a tentacle out of your face and twists around to look you in your left eye. And the more you look at yourself, the deeper you feel yourself fall into the same twisted memory nightmare of the room backstage in the Smoky Towers district, your disguise being stripped away against your will, the confusion, the feel of straps holding you down, the haze of chemicals, the horrible flash of a scalpel drawing closer and closer to the eye that you remember losing.
I always try to fight back, but it's always the same.
It always is the same. And at the same time you feel this, you feel something in your dreams observing you, observing the situation. You feel yourself observing it too. Like, by this point, you've retrod the stream so many times. So many goddamn times over the years that it never gets any less disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
There is a presence there that you are keenly aware of tonight, especially. That you are not alone in your thoughts.
I try to turn my attention to it. I often do, but really
This
trying.
This time you see it, or you see something. You feel like it's hard to describe because you're not really seeing anything. You are asleep and your eyes are closed. But you are aware of the eye that is not your eye staring back at you.
I try to speak this time. Does any sound come out?
What do you say?
Isn't this enough? Can't you give me anything? Haven't I been through enough?
Make a persuasion check. Oh.
22.
The eye blinks slowly at you, and then you see it sort of fan out into a set of 10 similarly glimmering eyes in this strange halo. They sort of bob and weave. It's strange. It's so alien to you. You can't... It's not like you're reading emotions or anything from it. It's too different from you, but you've spent enough time like this that maybe you're getting some kind of read on it.
I stare back, just trying to get anything. Can you speak? Can you speak to me? I think I've earned an explanation at this point.
The eyes all blink individually, 10 of them. And there's sort of a feeling of confusion, but recognition. Whatever this thing is, it also doesn't like the situation that it's in. It also doesn't want to be here, but it recognizes that same feeling in you. You feel like you're on the cusp of understanding something. You feel like it's bad to remember, but you had that moment that night, all those years ago, that desperation, that pleading to find some way out. This isn't quite as life or death as that, but it does feel like there's an inkling of understanding, some mutual feeling.
Then help me. Maybe we could fix this.
The eyes blink again, and there's sort of a deep, resonant tone that you feel sort of vibrating through your limbs. Kind of sets your teeth on edge, but it's about as close to a yes as you think you're gonna get from this thing.
It kind of gives almost a sense of relief, as much as you can in a dream like this. This is the first time N feels like they've ever made a connection with this thing. So many years of trying and trying and trying, and finally something back. And despite everything, a strange weight lifts, but it's not really enough to make N feel very much better about the situation. They're almost disturbed, but
Yeah.
it's something.
Yeah. You briefly wake up to the situation that you're in. You see Willow and Luca also asleep beside you. Light flashes outside briefly, and you hear the rumble thunder. You're very tired. You feel like you're about to drop off back to sleep, but you have a feeling you're not going to forget this dream, that moment when you wake up again.
Yeah.
You're not quite there yet, but you feel like you're about to understand something more about yourself, about whatever this power that you have now is.
And kind of lifts their hand to look at it in the flash of lightning, and rests its back on their chests. Just tries to sleep some more. That's all they can do.
Yeah. Willow,
Oh, hi.
how have you been sleeping lately?
Scattered naps between jobs.
Yeah.
Mostly at the desk.
Yeah.
Or my desk, I suppose I should say.
You are generally trying on, like, as you can get away with, but today has really been just like a complete knockout day for you. You've used up more energy than you think you have in a long time. Like, you've been busy, but, you know, it's been mostly make work, little repairs, errands, repairing the boat, that sort of thing. Stuff. You haven't really needed to be in, like, danger for a long time. And, I mean, generally you avoid it. But even though you are so tired that at first you just pass out dead asleep, as the night wears on, your mind turns to uneasy dreams. It's half dream, half memory. You are very young, like not even 10 years old at this point. You're with your family, you're being herded into the train station to the lightning rail. There's the klaxon calling an alarm throughout the city. You have to move. There's armies coming, impending invasion. All the civilians need to be evacuated. You are very small, and your ears hurt so much from the noise and the crush of people, the smell of fear and sweat and bodies. It is loud, it is hot, it is jumbled. You are just like overwhelmed. This is before you have your glasses, really, and you feel yourself being sort of herded along, your parents trying to keep you as best as they can, your older sibling, your older brother urging you on to keep up as they like weave their ways through the crowd trying to get towards a part of the station where they can finally enter the train. You lose something in the shuffle. You've dropped something. What is it?
It's a small toolbox of collected knickknacks that Willow keeps on hand because they've developed a skill for tinkering, or rather an interest in tinkering from an early age. And while the rest of the family isn't particularly interested in it, they have managed to secure a handy little folded case of various screwdrivers and wrenches and such that they hold very precious.
Yeah, so as you are jogging, trying to keep up with the rest of your family, you get bumped into someone, and one of the screwdrivers falls loose onto the floor and gets kicked away in the shuffle. You try to reach for it, but you get grabbed by the wrist by your old brother and dragged back to the cluster of your family. And then the train hisses and seems to come alive, this whirling arcs of electricity and lightning as the air elemental churns alive in it, and turns into a great metallic quaffle. You and your family are ushered in through the door on the train, and then you are on the quaffle's back as it rises into the sky, leaving what you lost. The screwdriver glinting, kicked by person to person as more people climb onto the quaffle, and the sand corkscrewing into the sky amongst the crush of panicked feet. The dream gets more nonsensical from there, more fantastical. It's not a memory anymore, but you briefly wake up and feel confused.
Am I able to do something?
Well, you are
conscious,
yeah, in the night.
Okay.
It's probably
Willow's
very early hours of morning.
Willow's going to realize upon just sort of assessing the room, the others are asleep, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Willow's going to sit up and not make too much of a scuff, of a what's the word? A fuss. Mm-hmm. Very quiet overall, and realize due to the weight in their pocket that they still have the bloody shell in there, don't they? Mm-hmm. Never one to admit that N was probably right. They pull it out and they also put it on the bedside table because they haven't had that dream in a while and they would prefer not to have it, so they are going to just place that aside. And now they are thoroughly bothered by this anyway, so they're going to pull out their journal instead and start jogging down notes from the day and just writing using their dark vision until whenever. Until either they doze off again or they have to go back to their lighthouse.
Yeah.
So Willow is just on their stomach, writing in bed.
Dawn eventually breaks, gray and muggy. Luca, you aren't sure that you slept comfortably, but it was at least dreamless sleep.
Yes.
And Willow, you come awake. Willow probably still jotting in their notebook. But you have all taken a long rest. You may restore all of your hit points, all of your spell slots, and all
Yay!
of your other resources. So healing and divine sense are restored. And
Hell
you,
yeah.
Willow, you also have your shifting ability back again.
Yay!
So you are all rested.
Oh.
Oh, I stretch, and Willow might notice that my arm is screeching a little bit.
And winces. Like they were just groggily dragging themselves upward, and then they just flinch hard at the sound of Luca's arm. Is that thing okay?
Willow was already awake. No, it is not.
No,
I'll answer for you, Luca. It is in terrible condition. Willow is very perky, which is, they've been awake for a while, but they were just waiting for a chance to actually hop out of bed. So they are now looking much more lively. The glasses are back on, by the way.
Yeah.
And they're standing and stretching by the bed, happy to be awake now, or upright rather. And they point at Luca and say, "We will fix that for you."
I look up and I at Willow to watch them stretch, and then I look at Anne and I say, "That's how we met." Willow here is going to do repairs on my arm in exchange for us examining this lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
It's going well, as you can tell.
Oh, yes.
I sketched up some prototypes last night.
Really?
Yes, I
Sorry,
think
Anne?
you might have bit off a bit more than you could chew, Anne says, dragging themselves off the bed.
Well, we're lucky that we did, otherwise we'd never have found you.
Yes, I was very fortunate that you found me. Thank you. Are you happy?
Yes?
Anyway, before
They
we
don't
make any...
They don't seem to be being smug about that. They seem sincere, yes?
I'm happy we found you because we helped you.
Yes, well, before we start celebrating, we need to get out of here alive, which... Okay,
That is true.
look, I have a book, and then drags the book up from their hip. It's about exercising spirits and such things. And I was thinking maybe we should have a look at this before we go out into the unknown again, just in case there's something in here that might help us with whatever is going on.
That's a very rare book.
Is that important right now?
I'm just impressed. It's a good book to keep on hand. And very useful.
Well, let's hope. So, Anne's gonna open that up and start flipping.
If you would like, you can either make an Arcana or Religion check with advantage now that you are consulting your book.
Alright, no, I'm not very religious, so Arcana it is.
Not so shabby.
Okay, so it takes quite a bit of leafing through to find the relevant entry. This whole book is like more concerned with the metaphysical workings of like how spirits manifest, which means there's not a whole lot of practical advice. And there's like a whole bunch of other stuff in there which is like kind of interesting, but like really not relevant to your situation. You really want to find practical knowledge, so it takes you quite a bit, but eventually you find it. Some general advice on like reports of people actually dealing with lingering spirits and the like. Sometimes, if they can be reasoned with, there is some unfinished business. Otherwise, if they are particularly aggressive, all you can really do is try to end the apparition that is currently manifesting, and then deal with the area to prevent it from manifesting again. If anybody else wants to make an intelligence check or wisdom check to sort of put together between N's book and the clues you have found so far, on what your next best course of action might be. Or you can just talk it out through roleplay.
Can I do an intelligence check as well, just for added Zeke info?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Wait,
so this
was
would
it intelligence or wisdom?
Your choice. It depends on like if you're logicking this out or if you are like sort of feeling the vibe of it.
I think I'll be logicking it out. So I hit intelligence with that one.
Yes.
Okay, the big square intelligence on the left side.
Yes.
Okay, so. Ugh.
Hey. Nice.
20.
Okay, so Willow, having like been awake for quite a while and probably like making notes on what you've seen and experienced so far, you are pretty sure of several things. One, that the spirit at the top of the lighthouse is most likely Duncan, and most likely trapped here by his own grief and wretchedness, rather than whatever the curse from the seashell itself was.
Right.
Because that seems to have mostly just been transforming people into those weird fish things.
Yeah.
It's also pretty clear that the lighthouse and cottage and just this whole area is like under the influence of that spirit. This is why things keep coming alive and attacking you guys. So probably your best bet is to find some way to weaken the spirit. Like, it had a moment of like seeming clarity when Luca tried to call out to it yesterday, but that didn't really stick around long enough. You need something. It probably needs something with a little more tie to the actual person that it was before this.
Yeah. I crawled back over the bed upon realizing, and I am back at that music box, baby.
Yeah, En's looking at it too.
Are you on the bed?
I'm sitting on the edge of the bed with my book.
Oh, nice. I have a suggestion.
Are we sure?
No.
The journal
but
did suggest that Duncan wasn't too happy with the thing.
Maybe absence will have made the heart grow fonder?
It's not like we have many other options.
Would you like to open the music box and see if it still works?
Thinking of that vase that flew at my head, the stove from yesterday. I would. Is there anything we should do ahead of time? I think I'll just do it.
You open the box and...
Yep.
Yes. Oh.
My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, bring back, bring back my Bonnie to me, to me. Bring back, bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. Last night as I lay on
No, it still works.
Last night as I lay on my bed. Last night as I lay on my pillow, I dreamt that my Bonnie was
So if we want to use that.
Yeah. I would like to record this. I have a magic tinkering thing when... Yeah. Oh no, sorry. Yeah. I would like to record part of this song. I'm gonna look around my... the spyglass from earlier. I would like to record part of this song. So I can record... I'm gonna post this in the chat.
Yeah.
I can record... how much? Only 6 seconds, sorry. But nonetheless, in a pickle, I think it'd be good to have.
I mean, you can also, like, after the song sort of ends, there's like a a couple seconds of silence, and then it would start back up again. I'm not going to loop the song, but you know.
But we know.
Yes.
I would close it if I realized it was looping, but yeah.
Yeah, you can
I
close
just want
it.
to record a little. Yeah, so can I say now that my spyglass will have been tinkered with to the point it is now...
Mark it.
It has... Cool. It has a part of that song recorded on it.
Ooh. Which part?
I would probably listen to it again. The only lyric I can remember is "Bring back my body to me."
Yep, that's the chorus.
So
Probably the bit with the most speaking.
That
it's
part.
a section. Yeah.
I only have 6 seconds worth, so. Bring back my money to me is basically all I'm gonna get.
Okay.
So we'll get that bit. It's the notable part of the song. It's the shanty part, so might as well.
The chorus.
It's the hook, baby. Yeah. Well, it's actually the chorus. But, you know.
Isn't that song about loving someone?
We're in character, baby. Don't. Sorry.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
It is about what?
It is about loving someone. It is about
Bonnie.
Bonnie just means is
A beauty.
in the real. Yeah, in real world, it's a Scottish slang for somebody like beautiful, so it's like darling or something.
Yeah.
Bring my darling back
man.
home. Yay.
The Scottish is coming through.
I said a Psalm 1 word in a Scottish accent. I said EOA, which is yes, but yoy. Call that mixed race things, baby. Okay, but yeah, so I have charmed my spyglass.
Yeah.
Just as a precaution, and I'm looking at the others now, just so I don't have every cursed item on me. Does someone else want to hold this?
Not
I
me.
will take the music box, and
Yep.
you can take the spyglass, since that is not cursed at all. It is very plain.
All right.
Thank you.
Spyglass.
And takes it and is careful with it.
Mm-hmm.
Luke is the biggest, so I think he's the most suited to carrying something cumbersome.
I mean, it's not that cumbersome, but it is like a box. It's like
Yeah. Oh, I
Like
can put it in
small
my thigh
jewelry.
satchel.
Yeah.
I can put it in my thigh satchel. Okay, cool.
It's emotionally cumbersome, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yes,
Feels
it
like a
is.
weight.
You gotta carry that weight.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so it seems that you have a plan, roughly, or one approximating one. So, do you want to talk out loud what your plan is, or do you want me to sort of summarize it for you?
Guys?
What do you guys think?
Well,
I'm always down for talking.
Okay.
as far as I understand, we're going to try and use the music box to reason with it. Is that the plan?
Willow.
Yes. That's as close to a plan as I think we're going to get.
And what if it doesn't
And then
work?
Then we adapt.
You know, I hate to say it, but there are places in the cave we didn't look.
No. Oh, sorry. I don't assume that we're heading back through the door where Luca
that
got
door was
stabbed.
locked.
How are you, by the way?
Oh. Thank you for asking. I'm well.
You can see the flowers erupting around his head. And he's like, oh, thank you for asking. The look that Willow gives N is also N you, but without saying, because we have a dynamic to uphold.
And looks like they're nursing a bit of a headache. They dig the heel of their palm into their right eye and give it a firm rub. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm fine.
I give them a little bit of cheese left over. I didn't eat it all yesterday.
So our planning cheese.
Yes.
Oh, good.
I mean, and you do have supplies for like backpacks and such.
Yeah, but the cheese is more fun.
But
The
did we have cheese?
The cheese has emotional relevance now.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any food.
Would
You
like
managed to
some
grab a
rations?
map, but you didn't get any food. What?
Are you hungry? Would you like some rations?
I'm okay. What was I saying? What were we saying? Oh yes, exploring. I think we're going to have to go back through the tunnels anyway. So
Yes, the door was
Well,
locked.
yeah,
Can't say I'm
we'll say hello
exactly
to Al.
keen to try and go through it again, considering what happened last time.
Well,
The tunnels were okay.
yeah. I mean, you're not. The door was locked, but it wasn't. Do you want to
Zeke
try?
trying not to backseat.
Yeah, I know the door is locked, technically, and could open it, but I want to
You
go
also
and meet the
didn't
fish
exactly
guy.
look for a key after you got stabbed by flying knives that you then defeated, and then it was like completely silent for the rest of the night. Nothing else has happened.
We
I
haven't
wanna-
touched anything.
Because like I got stabbed. I don't want to go near the door again.
Yeah. Can I play the stabbed card?
Yeah.
Well, no, okay. We can't get back into the lighthouse through the caves. If we're going to the caves,
Yes, I
it's
know.
purely to search out anything we haven't found, any information that may help us, pretty much.
Yes, which
Well,
would
so
be the main
speaking-
thing.
I think we have
Yes.
time.
Oh.
I don't know about you two, but I'd rather have all the information before I start playing with things beyond us.
Yes. I think
I agree.
ultimately too, we'll need to weaken the poltergeist, and I know that we have the power to with this music, but I don't think. Well, I don't necessarily. You hit the beast with your Eldritch Blast, yes? The
I
poltergeist.
believe they did.
Sure tried. Didn't do much
Oh,
though.
no. If I recall,
The
a
knife.
knife
Yes.
somewhat
A
touched
knife.
them.
Ah, yes. It still went through it. So I think we can always
The
use
knife
more.
finished it a bit, but like, no, it's hard to hit things that are incorporeal.
Yeah.
Well terrified.
with
yeah.
solid things. Yeah. I think
with-
overall,
with corporeal things, you know.
yes. Well, Willow tried to throw something at it, and the Eldritch Blast missed.
You just
Basically, Willow does
Yeah.
not want to replicate that particular fight scene, so we are happy to go
Yeah.
get more information. Happy to go
Yeah.
on recon. Happy to go on recon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this time there is no elevator to catch us. So I think it is best we gather more information before we come back.
Okay.
It's a straight drop
And-
if Willow gets shoved off the
Yes.
stairs again.
We can all get shoved off the stairs.
Oh, there was tarps in the second
Boathouse.
floor. Yes.
and also
so
in the second floor.
we could take a tarp and like spread it across one of the holes, just so that if we are thrown down the hole, we don't go so far.
Okay.
It's an
That's
idea.
that's a very good plan, Luca.
That's an idea.
Cute.
Thank you.
All right.
One less cavern to worry about.
Yes.
So,
Let's go
Alright.
meet your friend.
Yes.
with your minds made up, I think this is a pretty good place to stop it for now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh man, that was a journey.
bro. Dream sequences. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just to fuck you up a bit more.
Yeah.
Bro,
I'm
what
gonna-
the hell?
Hell yeah.
Oh man.
Sally, can
Oh,
you back to
sorry.
the credits?
Bro, I felt sick during End's dream.
Yeah.
And during Willow's.
I was definitely
but,
making
yeah.
faces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I felt
My face was like just :D.
like sad. Yeah. D colon.
No, like happy face because I'm like, what's going on?
Oh man, it's